we're back. It didn't take too long to clean this up. Well, the next thing I want to do is spend some time removing the gross gouge marks and smoothing things. And this is something that I don't see covered very often, and there's a few techniques that will really save you a lot of time. I think they're quite slick, and so let's go through them. First of all, you can make yourself some scrapers out of shim stock. Buy this at the local Home Depot store or Menards, or whatever your home improvement is. Go to a machine shop and get some. You can actually, if you go to a machine shop, you can have them laser cut it. Just cut in. This is probably an inch wide, and you can cut these tips at various radiuses, and they work great as a scraper. Just take them to your grinder and run them around the grinder, and then use them to clean up all these marks. So I'm just gonna watch me work one of them. I don't want to waste all your time talking about cleanup, but if you try to do this with sandpaper, or spend all day trying to get it smooth with the gouge, it's nothing wrong with either one, I guess, but you could use a riffler. There's a number of ways that people go about cleaning these ball and claws up, but I just think these scrapers are really quite a godsend. You can run them in at different angles to get in the corners. Use a little tighter radius as you get further up and right down at the base of the talon. And you can go right up the ankle with these. And then just turn it on edge. Don't use the tip, just turn it on edge and walk right around the claw. Remove all the high spots. So with this method, you don't have to use that back bent gouge here. You don't have to use a round gouge. You can just use a bench chisel. If you leave a few ridges in there, just come back in with the scraper later on. You can clean that up nicely. Now, for those who like to leave a finished surface off the gouge, nothing wrong with that. Just spend some more time cleaning up your marks. Okay, I'm going to switch and do this with the left hand. Not a left-handed person, so this may not be most efficient. Okay, pretty good. So, but there you can see that most of the gouge marks in that webbing are gone. The webbing itself around the base is fairly uniform, and most of the high spots on this ridge are gone. So just do that on all the sides. All the concave areas the scraper gets in real well with. Now let's go deal with the convex areas. So a little file. It's a little half-round file with a tip on it. I think this is called a second cut. Works great for the convex areas. So just roll it around the ball like this. I'm just kind of moving it, around the ball like this, and you'll quickly see all the high spots, because it's almost like a plane. They hit the file hits the high spots first. And you can if you want to leave marks, leave tool marks on here, just don't keep filing until the whole surface is uniform. You can kind of leave almost any degree of file or smooth surface that you want. and do this up on top of the ball. You can work your way all the way in, all the way to the top. Now, I'll stop there just to save you the agony of watching this. But that's how I smooth these up. Now, the concave areas on the Talon itself use the round part of the file. And you can just work that like this. So if we had any tear out down in the base of that claw, come in at an angle like this, you can work the sides almost right down to the ball. Use a riffler if you want, or a different file. And then if you want the knuckle nice and smooth, just use a smaller part of the flat surface and walk around the knuckle like this from multiple sides. And you can get that knuckle to be a straight line, just really easily make that knuckle a straight line. One of the easiest ways to do it. So that's how I clean up the ball and claw. Then I'll take up here, maybe take my rasp again, just make sure everything's smooth, and then take some sandpaper. Start with probably 120 grit sandpaper and work my way up to 150 grit. And I'll come back here and do the same. I'll hit this with 120 to 150 grit.